Hey Garrett, my name's Dalton. I am a technical account manager here at GemOne. Just going over a brief demo here with our Sapphire unit. So key components real quick. I got cameras over here on my left-hand side. I got my Sapphire device, RFID reader, and then also to simulate the process, this is going to be my key on. This is going to simulate operator presence, so an operator sitting down the lift. This is going to be forward, reverse. Over here I got my drive inhibit relay. And I do have a scale attached as well, but I'm not going to go through that. So first off here, powering on the unit. We'll power on our Sapphire device. And for the first original boot up, it takes about 20 seconds or so for the system to fully boot. If it is in the sleep mode, it only takes a matter of a few seconds. But for the first initial login here, you'll see it takes about 20 seconds to fully boot up the Sapphire device. Alrighty, so from here, this is our home screen. All we have to do is touch, and it's going to pull up what we have as our login screen. So if you choose to, you can use either the PIN, or I have an RFID I'm gonna read or use to read. Over here, I'm just gonna simply scan it, and that's going to prompt my checklist. So checklist is completely customizable, and I just have a generic OSHA approved one here, so I'm gonna briefly go through that. Category, we have pre-start and post-start. Pre-start is going to be a visual inspection. Post-start is going to be a functional question list. Over here we got status, that's non-critical and critical. Non-critical will not lock out the lift if the question has failed. A critical question will lock out the lift where a supervisor has to come review what question was failed in order to unlock the piece of equipment for use. So I'm going to briefly go through this here. One quick point here, if a operator does fat finger a question, they will have an opportunity to go ahead and correct that answer, or if it is truly, accurate to the question, they can go ahead and click yes. I'm gonna click no for right now so I don't lock out the lift. Alrighty, so you can see here that I've completed my pre-start questions. So now the drive inhibit relay has turned on, which is allowing the operator access to use the lift to test out the lift for these questions. So once again, these are the post-start questions, which are more functional. Is the steering smooth and does not have any play? So those types of questions. Alrighty, once the checklist is complete, driver will be able to operate the lift as intended, and this is the home screen here. I do want to briefly go into the simulation. So I pulled up my diagnostics screen here to simulate operator presence. So let's go ahead and say the operator is sitting on the lift already. You'll see that my input 1 is changed. Input 2 is my forward. Input 3 is my reverse. So I'm going to simulate going forward, which turned to on. Input 3 going in reverse has turned to on. Whenever an operator is done using the lift, they'll simply key off, which will log them out of the device. Whenever someone else wants to go ahead and use the lift, they'll just simply key on, log in. I'm using a PIN this time. And then they will be prompted for the checklist. So I'm going to go ahead and fail the checklist here so you can see what happens when it locks out. Alrighty, so that is our strobe here, or simulation of it. So the lift is now locked out, and I would need a supervisor to come over and use their unlock code. So you can see here it says at the top of the screen, it says locked, and supervisor is the option that would need to be used to unlock the lift. So I'm going to go ahead and use my override code to unlock the lift. And our strobe alarm has gone off. Lift is functionable. I do want to show here while I'm in the supervisor screen that you can manually lock the lift. So if you had something, maybe a lift was due for maintenance, you want to go ahead and lock it. I'm unlocking it real quick. You would just simply click on this little purple button here where it would lock it, and an operator would not be able to move the lift until the PM was completed. Another thing here I do want to briefly go over is our cameras. So right here, we have our AI camera, which is this one right here. And then we have our rear view mass camera there as well. So do have multiple camera options if that is something you are interested in. And you can't see that here. We do have playback as well. And we have the option to take pictures. I'm gonna go ahead and back out of that. And then I'm gonna key off the unit. And that would wrap up our session for the supervisor. So just a real brief introduction there to our device. Operator access, inputs there for data on the portal, and then also that OSHA safety checklist. Once again, those are completely customizable. I just had a basic one there on our device. So if you do choose to have different checklists, especially in other languages, that is an option as well. But that's all I had for our brief little demo here. I appreciate your time. Have a good rest of your day.